Yes, good afternoon. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Never boring at Spurs. Never boring. Of course, we've waited till the last 3 days to start all our ins and outs. But here we go. Right, we've got some positive news at last, depending on who you like and who you don't like. The news that has broken in the last 24 hours is that Spurs inquired about Ansu Fati of Barcelona and the Spain national team on loan. It has been reaffirmed today from Fabrizio Romano that we have indeed asked Barcelona to take the player as long as we cover his wages. On the back of that as well, Ndombele, the player that won't go, this mythical player that everyone loves that's done nothing in the world of football, that is on 200 grand a week. Spurs have accepted an offer from Genoa for him to go on loan for a year to Genoa in Serie A. But will he move? Good news, hopefully. More after this. Yes, good afternoon. So, as always, Tottenham Hotspur leave it late to start doing things. It's not like we've had a whole summer to be getting rid of players. It's not like we've had a whole summer to be asking people about loaning their players. But we are where we are. We are less than 72 hours, roughly 60 hours of the transfer window to go. And Tottenham Hotspur have really now decided, we need some more forwards. We might need some centre-backs. Wout Weghorst is a name that we're being linked with, but he is not what the video is about today. And of course, Jed Spence today has completed his loan move to Leeds. But today I want to talk about Ansu Fati of Barcelona and Ndombele possibly going to Genoa. So let's have a look at Ansu Fati. How did all this present itself? Well, yesterday we heard the first noises that Spurs were interested in Ansu Fati as an option, as well as Brennan Johnson and Johan Bakayoko of PSV. This morning, so about just after 8 a.m. this morning UK time, Fabrizio Romano said thus: understand Tottenham are now in contact with Barca to negotiate for Ansu Fati on loan until June 2024. Discussions about conditions of the deal, but Barca want 100% of the salary covered. We'll come back to that because that's important. Ansu also presented to Chelsea his opportunity, but no formal approach yet. So, Ansu Fati was one of the best young players in world football. Broke into the Barcelona team at the age of 16. That wasn't enough for him. He broke into the Spain national side at 16 as well. Since then, he's had some brilliant times for Barca. He's also had a lot of injuries, and we can't just ignore that. So let's have a look at Ansu Fati. Okay, the guy is 20. He's going to be 21 at the end of this year. Let's see what he's done in his career so far, just at the kind of lower level data, so to speak. You can see there, he broke into the Barcelona team in 2019, 2020, played 33 games in all competitions, scoring 8 goals and getting rave reviews at the age of 16 for how brilliant he was. Unfortunately, you can see in the 2021 season, the 21-22 season, he only managed 25 games across the 2 seasons in all competitions, scoring 11 goals. So 11 goals in 25 games is great, but huge injuries that he had to overcome. Now, last season was much better. He played 51 times, obviously not all starts, but he made 51 appearances for Barcelona, scoring 10 goals. So 1 goal every 5 games. One goal every 5 games. My maths just escaped me there. Now, this season he's already played 3 games. So it would look like, for all purposes, that his injuries are behind him. You would hope, fingers crossed for the lad. He's still only 20. He's played 9 times for the Spain national team, grabbing 2 international goals. Now, what would Ansu Fati bring to Tottenham? I did a show this morning, the Wednesday morning chat with Spurs, and I can tell you from what I'm reading in the comments, a lot of people have never seen him play. A lot of people go, oh, this, that, the other. And I'm thinking, you've not watched La Liga, you've not watched Spain, you've not watched Barcelona. Ansu Fati would automatically come in and be one of our best players in an attacking perspective. He's quick, he's skillful, he's got good technique, good touch, he can glide past players, predominantly plays off the left, can play through the middle or on the right, but that's not his strong suit isn't going to be as a centre forward. He's a slight guy, but he will bring something different to Spurs. Now, does bring in Ansu Fati in on loan, and by the way, I'm going to say it, this hasn't been agreed, the deal yet. We don't know if Ansu Fati wants to come to Tottenham, but if he did, would that allow Fati on the left and Son up front? For me, that straight away makes us 10 times more dangerous. Fati on the left, going at defenders, Sonny being able to link up play from the middle, which I think is where he's better than on the left wing. So the questions I will ask you, what do you make of Ansu Fati? Yes, the injury record, but 51 appearances last year. That's a lot of football. Hopefully, they're behind him. Is it a risk? If he's on loan, is it a risk? Surely if a loan doesn't work out, you can rip up the loan, you can send them back. So if he doesn't play well, if he gets injured, it's a loan and you've not paid out any money for him. Does it mean we can get him on loan for a year and save 50 million on Brennan Johnson and use that money elsewhere? Maybe a centre forward, maybe another centre half. So it does give you options. For me, I would bite your hand off to take Ansu Fati into this Tottenham Hotspur squad. I think he's a brilliant young player. I think he will continue to get better. And sometimes you lose your way at your club and you need a kick up the backside. Ansu Fati, for me, all day long. Now, will Spurs pay his wages? Apparently, I don't know this for sure, apparently he's on 200,000 euros a week. Would Spurs pay those wages? I don't know. Sorry, I thought someone was at my door. I don't know. But if a deal can be done, absolutely get him in. Let me know your thoughts. Is a loan deal good for Ansu Fati? Should Spurs pay his full wages? Will he walk straight into our first team? Let me know. Would you take him? Some people wouldn't, which will baffle me, but it is what it is. And lastly, we've talked about Spence going on loan. Wish you the best of luck, Jed Spence, to go out on loan to Leeds. Big up to you. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to Joe Rodon. Best of luck as well to Jed Spence, Joe Rodon, to Alfie Devine down at Port Vale. But the last player we're going to talk about today is Tungai Ndombele. This guy's name seems to be in our mouths all the time. Romano said Genoa have reached an agreement with Tottenham Hotspur to sign Tungai Ndombele on loan. Genoa now working to convince the player. Spurs want to find a solution for Ndombele by Friday, but it's up to the player now as Genoa have made their best effort. Just go! Go and play football, Ndombele. Please, you are not wanted at this club. You are a mercenary. You are here purely for the 200 grand a week. Surely you go to Genoa and you play some football in Serie A. Surely you know the league. You played in it last year. Guys, girls, do we think that Ndombele is going to take up this option? Do we think he's going to take up this option? Or is this going to be yet another club that he turns his nose up and says no to? We can't force him to go. All we can do is tell him that we do not want him in the squad or that he won't be registered, but we can't force a player to move abroad. You can't force a player to move anywhere while they're under contract. So what do you think? Will he stay? Will he go? Is Genoa a good move for him? Is Genoa about his limits right now? Let me know your thoughts on that. It's going to be very, very interesting, isn't it? We've got less than 3 days to go. Eric Dyer possibly going to Bayern Munich absolutely blows my mind. Eric Dyer possibly going to Borussia Dortmund blows my mind as well. Rumours without Fez, rumours about Fati, rumours about Ndombele, talks that Lo Celso could go, Højbjerg to Man United, Reggie to Man United. For me, I'm going to be honest, there isn't any one of our backup players I don't mind seeing the back of. I know people think I'm harsh. I don't mind seeing the back of them. We've got our best 11, and to play Ange ball, as the kids say, we need our best 11 out there. It's going to be a long 3 days. There's going to be a lot of videos and streams from YouTubers. Stick with us. Please keep the abuse to a minimum. Please like and subscribe. We're working our way towards 11K. And as always, thank you for your support. Come on, you Spurs.